I've had the pleasure of riding over 170 different roller coasters throughout the United States, and, well, mainly only in the United States right now. Over 40 of those have actually been wooden coasters, so I decided to rank what my top 10 wooden coasters are. Now let's get started. Number 10, Twister at Knoebels. This is just a fun ride. It doesn't have a lot of airtime, it's more focused on the laterals. It's kind of relatively newer than some of the rides on this list, but it's still a lot of fun having those huge twisting turns, constantly wrapping around itself. It's just a massive structure. It's impressive to look at, and also a pretty long ride. Overall, that's what ranks Twister at Knoebels as number 10. Number 9, I have a tie actually between two coasters now that I find pretty similar. Jackrabbit at Kennywood and Wild One at Six Flags America. Both of these are pretty old wooden coasters, both from the 1920s actually. Both of them have just a focus on nothing but airtime, and that's really it. These are both just airtime machines that have stood the test of time, and both pretty great. Jackrabbit's a bit smaller, but it has just more intense airtime, specifically that one double down that everyone talks about. And Wild One is actually pretty big for its age, having just a couple great airtime moments and then a huge helix at the end. And that is number 9 with a tie. Number 8, Great White at Maury's Piers. This is the only custom coasters international coaster to make the list. It was built in the early 2000s and stands on the boardwalk overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. It is incredible to look at, has those huge sweeping turns, great airtime, goes under the boardwalk at one point. It's just incredible to ride, especially at night, and just that's why Great White makes number 8 on the list. Number 7, The Beast at Kings Island. This is just, everyone knows this coaster basically. If you're a coaster enthusiast, you've ridden this coaster or you plan to ride this coaster at some point in your life. It is just massive, longest wooden coaster in the world, been around for over 40 years, just absolutely intimidating to look at, incredible to ride, night rides are incredible, over a 4-minute long ride, just everything about the Beast is just incredible, massive, and amazing. That's what makes it number 7 on the list. Number 6, Lightning Racer at Hershey Park, the first GCI to make the list. This is a dueling coaster, but the tracks are not the exact same. They actually kind of mirror each other at most points. I've ridden this coaster probably more than every coaster on this list, or second most actually, but it's a lot of fun, has some great airtime, great laterals, great turns. It's a long ride as well, and just the dueling aspect of the ride makes it so good, and kind of makes up for some of the other weaker points in the ride. Number 5, Thunderhead at Dollywood. Another GCI. This is actually placing ahead of Lightning Racer simply because it has more airtime and just a longer ride. Thunderhead just keeps on going and going and going. You just keep getting more and more airtime, just more and more turns. The pacing is incredible. It just never loses that speed until the final breaks. That's what places Thunderhead at number 5. Number 4, Ravine Flyer 2 at Waldameer. This is another coaster that everyone has heard of because it has a small park that no one would go to otherwise. It is just incredible. Those visuals of it diving over the road are incredible. The airtime is stellar. You get some great ejector going over that hill, have some 90-degree bank turns that you just do not expect on a wooden coaster, and it just keeps on going through tunnels, airtime hills, just incredible overall. That makes Ravine Flyer 2 number 4. Number 3, Phoenix at Knoebels. This is just airtime. There's nothing to Phoenix but airtime, and it is some of the best airtime on the planet. It is the true definition of standing airtime, because near the end of the ride, you are standing. The restraint is just a bar, not even a seatbelt, so you are almost standing up near the end. This is some of the most intense and forceful airtime on the planet. That makes Phoenix number 3. Number 2, El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. This is another just airtime machine, and it just has some of the most forceful airtime on the planet as well. Not as much as Phoenix, but is more forceful, and just those huge sweeping hills. You're just flying out of your seat, some great laterals and G-forces near the end of the ride. And of course, the most forceful airtime moment on any ride currently, with that rolling thunder hill. That makes El Toro number 2. Number 1, lightning rod at Dollywood. This is actually placing ahead of El Toro now, because I noticed El Toro got a bit rough, but lightning rod is butter smooth in that front seat. The airtime is incredible. That quadruple down, incredible. Just that, there's nothing wrong with lightning rod that I can think of off the top of my head. And overall, it is just incredible. That's what makes lightning rod number 1. And thanks for watching. That's my top 10 wooden coasters in the United States as of right now, kind of midsummer 2019. It'll probably change by next year, maybe even before then. I'll see. But subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. Hit that notification bell because apparently that's what you have to do now. But keep on watching. Thanks. Bye.